Hi, Jacopo here. I shot this video because my wife asked me a question the other day that got us into an argument, and I really realized lots of things were happening in my head, which was vital for our relationship and our business to grow and to be out in the open for everybody to understand. If you don't think your business is going to the direction that you would like and you feel a bit lost, this video might give you a little bit of an insight. I'm sharing my experience with this specific channel, with this specific pet project that is Profitable Talents. It's a very genuine video. I didn't do this to just get to you. It's a very genuine piece of content that I wanted to share because I think you should know a bit more about us and what's behind the facade. So let me answer these difficult questions.
It's always hard whenever you're trying to start a new business or you start something, okay? For example, you started a new YouTube channel, and I didn't want to step on this new YouTube channel that now we call Profitable Talents, but I never really wanted to step onto what you wanted to do because I knew that you had to have your so-called pet project. And while we created something so big like Lazy Dancer Tips, that we never thought that a channel on ballet would actually take on so much. We didn't know that if it was going to work. It was my project, it was my thing. You know, that was the important thing. Like, it was something that was mine. The mission of Lazy Dancer Tips started as you not wanting to see me struggle anymore, both as a ballerina and as a newbie teacher out there trying to share her knowledge that after 20 years of dancing. But also what came from it was a place of struggle, battling against a world that did not resonate with me anymore. And the reason why I put together Lazy Dance Tips, it wasn't only to share my knowledge, but also to refine the passion that I had. Because I started hating the ballet world, I started hating ballet, which is something that it wasn't like this when I started.
We're deeply in love with the discipline and
I
the
still
art.
am deeply in love with the discipline and with the art and what it gives me, and the fact that for me is an escape. But because it became my job and the politics that are around the ballet world, I hate it. And so I thought that I hated the ballet as a discipline as well. So for me, that was my mission. It's funny because I asked you, why did you want to share your knowledge, whatever you have learned with Profitable Talents with the world? And somehow I felt that you hid behind the answer to a very superficial way of wanting to share something. And because, as I mentioned at the beginning, I didn't want to step into what your so-called pet project was, I said, I'll let you figure it out by yourself. So you started with sharing all the strategies for YouTube, and I still didn't see you happy. You started, and you said, I'm gonna share because everyone is asking me how we created the YouTube channel and how we made a living out of it. Growing YouTube has never been your mission, all right? No. So, and then I asked you, then why did you actually want to grow a YouTube channel?
I might be the strategy, the logical mind, the systems side of the things, but without you, I'm like a car without fuel. And you are not all the things that I am. You've got the emotional intelligence that I want, that I envy you, that I admire you for. So that's why you are here. Otherwise, it would have been a very boring male channel, and I didn't want that to be. I want you to bring some of the joy, some of the sparkle back to me as well, and the joy of what we're doing as well. I was born in a family that was very dysfunctional, right? And my parents got divorced and when I was 8, but they've always been fighting. I always remember my parents being fighting. And the main argument was about money because we weren't rich. So every bill at the end of the month would cause an argument, and I just remember arguing about money. And there was a very scarcity mindset around all the conversations at the lunch table, dinner table. And I loved my parents because I wanted them to have a different life. I had dreams. I wanted to work in movies and do 3Ds and do all of this stuff. But I also wanted to do it because I wanted to show them that doing a crappy job and get paid peanuts for it is not the only way to go about life. It doesn't matter how many times I would say that, I needed to prove it. and I proved it multiple times. I worked in projects that won VFX Oscars. I traveled the world to show them that I got paid a lot for doing something that I loved. It wasn't enough. Then we managed to monetize our talents and go full on this online thing, move to the country that we want to live in, all of these beautiful things. It wasn't enough because I was trying to fix something that was impossible to fix. My family, my past, was something that was deeply rooted in me. But the main driver for profitable talents is that some people, like we were in 2016, were full of energy, full of fire, full of wanting to share what we learned. And just by following our passion is not enough. Creating videos on YouTube is not enough. You need to know how to not be burnt out by the chase of the views, of the subscribers, of the algorithm changes. And you can sustain helping people with what you love, fixing a problem with somebody, just by knowing how to do it. Like the actual strategies that would work. I'm not saying forever, because email will evolve, social media will evolve, but the philosophy of giving first and reaching out first, showing up, be present, be the guide, it's always going to be there at some level, right? And this project, Profitable Talents, was born out of that passion for, I don't want you to struggle for money anymore. You gotta do it.
I think we both had in our channels our own missions. You finally actually open up really of what it was. Everyone out there is struggling with something. We are not are not these superheroes that have it all figured out. So we've all been there to fight little and big demons that we've got inside ourselves, but still doing it anyways and trying to save our younger selves from all the struggle, but also saving our future self from what it has to come. I personally worked on a lot on believing in myself that I could be the bigger person. I could be someone stronger. As I was saying, in the ballet world, I had a lot of struggles, not as a person physically but just because I felt different. I felt that it was, for me, I always had to question myself. I also wanted to understand if I was stupid. Like for me is, I always felt stupid in that world. I always felt that I never quite got it. So am I really that weirdly different, or am I so wrong compared to the world that I live in, that I'm the one that needs fixing, not everything else that is around. So I needed to prove myself that I wasn't stupid. And even though I have these self-doubts that come out every now and then, or even fear of judgment. And I'm glad you actually finally turned around and said, okay, that's why it was my question is like, why you're doing this? I don't understand. It's not for the strategy. Why do you put together Profitable Talents? What was the real mission? So the real mission is to help our younger self. It's like, who is the younger self? Who is...
This is it.
So that's why I was trying to understand, because to me, there is always a deeper mission. It's not just a very superficial...
It also feeds the demon that as an entrepreneur or online entrepreneur you face every now and then. You've got down days where you don't want to get out of bed because, I don't know, maybe you had a bad day the day before, and maybe sales are not the level that you expect. And what still makes you get up, do your bed, have a shower, get ready for the gym, go back, do some work, is because you know that maybe one phrase that you can do in one video, or maybe one client that reaches out and is going to buy your program, your product, you're going to change the course of her life or his life just because of showing up. And I think that's the most important thing for me. It's not about the money, the lifestyle that I want. Of course I want all of that, of course, but that cannot be the driver, because it's not going to be enough to pick you up when you're down. And I think that's the main reason why I wanted to do this.
I would like to ask you something, and I want you to write it in a comment wherever down here. Tell me what your mission is, because obviously Jacopo's mission, it wasn't just about teaching you how to do YouTube or social media, and neither is mine. Mine was to personal. By sharing what I knew, it made other people happy. It made other dancers, adult dancers happy. So I want to know, what is your mission? Where did it start? What is the struggle that you had that you made you create whatever you're teaching right now? Because every time that we start a project, it starts from almost like an internal struggle. So what was that struggle that made you say, that's it, enough, I want to share it, I want to help others, exactly like I help myself to take the next step?
But then at this point, it's like, yeah, whatever, but guys, okay, so it's all very touching, but so how do you guys do it then? What's your method? Because some people ask me, I'm like, isn't that clear? Again, it's not clear. It's very, very simple. We are having our organic content. So whatever social media, we don't care. It's more like you've got to show up consistently for an audience. Not because you are cool and you take picture of you naked and you get thousands of subscribers for that. If when you have an e-learning channel, so you are teaching people something, you are fixing somebody's problem. Without that, don't even approach us. You're not for us. But if you have that and you haven't monetized it, ooh, that's gonna be magic waiting for you. Because our second big pillars is email marketing, which doesn't sound like, it should not sound like something bad. Email marketing meaning use social media to build your email list, nurture your email list like you would do with the best friend, but strategically position offers. And the third pillar is actually that. Irresistible offers. They are tailor-made for the people that are in your ecosystem, that raised their hands and said, yes, I want more from you. That's how you get your impact, because until somebody pay you for something, they're not going to have skin in the games. They're not going to be committed, that they're not going to listen to you. So by crafting irresistible offers that make sense to you and to them, that's how you get the transformation that you want to give to the world, the impact that you want to have on your own life, on your own wallet as well, because you got to sustain this machine. And then all the testimonials that will feed back into what kind of content you're going to create. That's our method. It's not rocket science. It's just we finally have a path for that. And if you are interested to work with us, we've got very, very few spots because we want to work one-to-one at the moment. We don't have any group coaching or anything like that for now, because we don't want to waste our time and we don't want to waste your time, but we want to put gasoline on the fire that you have already. Use fire footage as a B-roll. If you want to ask us questions a bit more in real time, we have a free Facebook group that you can join. The link is in the description box below. And if you want to dive deeper into one of the topics that is going to grow your business today, well, that's, I think, is the video that you should watch right now. Hama. Outro. What do I...
Have I got chocolate?
No.
It's really one of my chocolate.